Welcome, trainers! My name is Aaron Zhang, and today I'm here to talk about the treasures of Ruin: Wo Qian, Qian Pao, Ting Lu, and Qi Yu. These four Pokemon were introduced to competitive play in the Regulation C rule set, and they've had a huge impact on how trainers approach team building and battling. The treasures of Ruin stand out for a couple of reasons. First of all, they all have great stat distributions, with some being strong offensively and others being strong defensively. In addition, they each have a unique signature ability that drops a specific stat of all other Pokemon on the field other than themselves. These abilities are unlike anything we've ever seen before in competitive Pokemon, and they're very powerful. As a result, you should expect most top teams in Regulation C to have at least one of the treasures of Ruin. Let's now dive into each one a little bit more. Qian Pao is the fastest Pokemon among the treasures of Ruin. It has a dual typing of Dark and Ice, and is a relatively frail Pokemon. As a result, trainers often opt to maximize its attack and speed stats and give it a Focus Sash. It gets access to a wide variety of strong offensive attacks such as Icicle Crash, Ice Spinner, Throat Chop, Sucker Punch, and Sacred Sword. Qian Pao's ability, Sword of Ruin, decreases the defense stat of all Pokemon on the field other than Qian Pao. As a result, it is often paired with strong physical attackers such as Dragonite and Palafin. The next treasures of Ruin is Qi Yu, a Dark and Fire type Pokemon. Qi Yu is quite fast and has an incredible base special attack and special defense stat. It gets access to a wide variety of moves such as Heat Wave, Overheat, Dark Pulse, Psychic, Snarl, Will-O-Wisp, and Substitute. Common items for Qi Yu include Focus Sash, Choice Scarf, Choice Specs, Life Orb, and Safety Goggles. Qi Yu's ability, Beads of Ruin, decreases the special defense stat of all Pokemon on the field other than Qi Yu. As a result, it's often paired with strong special attackers such as Fluttermane, Iron Bundle, Glimmora, Torkoal, and Goldengo. The combination of Qi Yu and Fluttermane in particular is strong, utilizing two of the strongest special attackers in the game to quickly overwhelm opposing teams before they get a chance to respond. Following Qi Yu, we've got Ting Lu, a Dark and Ground type Pokemon. Ting Lu is one of the bulkiest Pokemon in the entire Regulation C rule set, and is difficult to knock out due to its incredible base HP and defense stats. Ting Lu gets access to strong moves such as Heavy Slam, Stomping Tantrum, Body Press, Runation, Rock Slide, Snarl, and Fissure. Since Ting Lu does not get access to any moves that allow it to heal itself, trainers often use recovery items such as Leftovers or Citrus Berry to help it survive for a longer period of time. Assault Vest is also one of the most common items on this Pokemon. Ting Lu's ability, Vessel of Ruin, decreases the special attack stat of all Pokemon on the field other than Ting Lu. As a result, it can be used to protect Pokemon that have lower base special defense stats. It's also valuable in helping bulky Pokemon like Iron Hands, Annihilate, and Amoonguss survive for longer periods of time. Finally, we've got Wo Qian, a Dark and Grass type Pokemon. Similar to Ting Lu, Wo Qian is also difficult to knock out as it has great base HP and defense stats, and an incredible base special defense stat. Wo Qian generally focuses less on offense, which is reflected by its most common moves such as Foul Play, Pollen Puff, Leech Seed, Snarl, Giga Drain, Knock Off, Runation, and Protect. This is also reflected by its most common items such as Leftovers, Citrus Berry, and Assault Vest. Wo Qian's ability, Tablets of Ruin, decreases the attack stat of all Pokemon on the field other than Wo Qian. As a result, common partners for it include naturally bulky Pokemon and Pokemon that like to increase their own stats, such as Annihilate. All four Ruin Pokemon have unique abilities that make them valuable to any team. However, it's also important to remember that these abilities also have drawbacks. They also lower your own Pokemon stats. Trainers have to be cautious in making sure they do not suffer from their own abilities when they use these Pokemon. Overall, all four of the Ruin Pokemon have great competitive potential and strength. Keep watching to see how they'll impact this tournament and which one ends up on top.